I get to shop for a living and I spend other people's money. I have the dream job. When I tell people what I do for a living, people say, I had no idea that job existed. When I'm working with clients, I get excited. I can't wait to get there and see what they have in their closet, or to see what their wife thinks about what we brought home. It's probably one of the most exciting things for me, is just seeing how happy people are when they feel better about the way they dress. So what I want to do with Ryan is I want to amp up his casual wear. I want to make him look really, really classy. He's moving up in his career, and when he's in his downtime, wants to look like he's professional, but casually. Something like this is a little bit more university aged for Ryan, so we're going to try and find something that doesn't necessarily have any detail on it. We want Ryan to speak for Ryan and not his labeling here. So we're going to look at a different pair of pants for him. Perhaps these are a little bit young for him, and we lose him in here. Ryan's got a great body underneath here, but we can't tell because he's got these baggy pants on. So looking at Ryan's flip-flops there, we're going to put Ryan in some shoes that are just a little bit more classy, a little bit more elegant for him as he moves up in his career. When I take a client shopping, as I said, it takes a few stores for us to warm up together, to really see, okay, what cut, what color, where are we going with this? And all of a sudden, my client will come out of the dressing room and they've popped, and that's it. I get excited. I'm like, this is it. This is where we're going to go with you. We're going to go with these colors, these cuts. Because there's always that element, is the person going to like what I'm doing? Is the person going to appreciate it? Are they going to get it? But when they pop, I know, I've got them pegged. I wouldn't want to put somebody in something that's loud if they're a quiet person, because they won't feel comfortable in it. It's very important that it feels like them. So part of my process is getting to know them. And I love to go to their houses. You can tell more about a stranger based on their house than their closest friends can tell. So just by observing the things around them, maybe the photos that they have in picture frames, but it's very important to me to get to know them as people so that I dress them in things that they feel good about. All right, here we have Ryan again, looking fantastic. This looks like a professional who's on his day off, but he looks great. Now, let's talk about the shirt. He's got a golf shirt on here. Now, let's notice that right here, the seam of this golf shirt fits on Ryan's shoulders. And what that does to the eye is it creates a V. It makes Ryan look more lean, and it also makes Ryan's body look younger. A common mistake that men make is they have shirts that are too big, and when their seams are lower, it makes the shoulders look more slumped. We've got a very classic leather belt here with a solid silver buckle. This says executive. Black belt matches the black shoes. Always match your belt to your shoes. These shoes look great because they've got a dressier finish. They're not too shiny, so Ryan could wear them in a casual sense, but if he wanted to buff them up, he could probably wear them in a business casual setting as well. We've changed his pants. Before he had the baggy cargo look that was a little too young for him. And now we've put him in a denim that's got a bit of a stretch to it so he can move around. He still feels comfortable, but it's a really great cut. All Ryan's hard work in the gym isn't being lost in his big baggy pants. Now we can see he's got some shape. After an hour shopping with a man, there's usually, all of his secrets come out. He becomes open and just so easy to work with. And then once they gain a little bit of trust, and once they see that, I'm not there to do anything but just help them look and feel better, then, the next couple stores are just fun, because all of a sudden, the guy who would walk out and kind of, a little nervous is walking out all big and excited and just can't wait to see what I think of his next outfit. So here we have Ryan, and he's in his suit. Now, at first glance, you might think that he looks great, but I'm going to point out a few key details here that could make him look even better. So the first thing I notice is that on Ryan's button up here, he has a thread. Now, to the untrained eye, maybe you wouldn't even see that. But subconsciously, when we look at that, we think that Ryan hasn't cared for his shirt, therefore he might not care about the work that he does for his boss. Let's talk about the suit jacket. We see something here. This is a very fatal flaw. There's a little thing that we say, always, sometimes, never, ever. A 4-button suit is a little bit outdated, so we definitely would want to have a 3-button or 2-button suit because of the length of Ryan's torso. Pretty much a basketball player is the only person that could pull off a suit that's this long or this many buttons. So let's remember, always, sometimes, never. Okay, so next let's talk about the cuffs on Ryan's pants. The first thing I notice about Ryan's pants is they're actually a little bit too long. If you notice, the pants should actually just break on the top of the shoe. It shouldn't actually fold that much. What that says to people who see Ryan walking down the street is maybe he's too cheap to spend the $8 to have his pants taken up so he could look better. It's a very simple thing to do, but it looks so much nicer when the eye glances at the pants. Now ladies, we all love men in suits. There's just something about it that really turns us on. Now Ryan's a good-looking, successful guy, but we may not notice him on the street because of these key details. When we put him in a different suit that fits him better, that makes him look more updated, classier, maybe you'll notice a difference, and maybe you would spot Ryan on the street. A lot of wives do call me up and say, God, you've got to do something with my husband. He's horrible. I can't take him anywhere. I like to bring the spouse or partner or girlfriend involved in the process. I want them to be involved because I'm not trying to change their man. I want to make their man better for them. So I always talk to the wives and I always say, what do you want it to look like? Who's your favorite celebrity? What do they look like? And I would say a higher percentage of men who come to me on their own come to me because they're looking to meet women. So women are driving everything. Here we have Ryan again, and this is a great suit. Let's talk about the shirt. The shirt looks fresh, it looks clean, the collar's got a lot of life in it. It shows that Ryan cares about his appearance, therefore he would care about his work or he would care about his significant other. Okay, so let's look at Ryan's buttons again. We've got the always, sometimes, never happening over here. We've put him in a 3-button suit to maximize Ryan's length. Let's have a look at the length of Ryan's sleeve. We notice that there's a tiny bit of his shirt poking out, and that looks really classy. You only want to have a tiny bit poking out. If you've got more than the bottom of your knuckle, you're going to be looking like you're wearing daddy's shirt, and we don't want that. So let's have a look at the bottom of Ryan's pants. You'll notice that we've taken the cuff out, and they're a good length now. They're breaking exactly where they're meant to break. So when we look at Ryan, overall, this outfit makes him look hot. It makes him look classy, it makes him look elegant, and it makes him look like the kind of guy we would notice on the street. The reason these shoes will make you look taller is because when the eye goes down the body and ends at the foot, it's elongated at the tip. So if you're a little bit shorter, this is a great option for you. I talk to the wives and they say, geez, you know, I have been trying for years to put them in a striped dress shirt and I can't get them to wear it. And all of a sudden, you take my husband shopping and he's got 3 striped shirts. And it's because sometimes we're too close to our partners. We nag them all day long, clean the counter, take out the garbage, put on the blue sweater. But when you hire someone to give you advice on something, it's a little bit easier to take that advice. If my fashion consultant says I should wear a striped dress shirt, geez, I hate the fact that my wife was right all these years, but I'm going to take that advice.